Hello and welcome to What's Up Punk, where we take a look at the myriad of subgenres underneath the umbrella of punk. Today we'll be taking a look at Islandpunk. Time to build us a treehouse. Okay, so before we get on with the getting on, a reminder of the premise of this show. I am an old school Doc Martin black coat, wirehead, Anasaka deck chromatic cyberpunk. Wandering around the other punk genres and giving you the rundown. That being said, I fuck up sometimes. This one really should have been doubled up with Ocean Punk like it did for Atom Punk and Ray Punk because the differences are by degrees. Apologies, but I go into every video blind. It's fun for me. This will not be the last time this happens. With that out of the way, what is Islandpunk? Of all the punk genres I've covered, this one I think would be a music genre. Growling and thrashing guitars next to calypso drums. But nah, Islandpunk is a punk genre set on islands. Sometimes one lone soul, either by accident or intent, finds himself on an island untouched by industry, like Castaway. Sometimes a group of people, like Lost, using what's on hand to survive and possibly thrive. The main point of Islandpunk is an examination of sociology and social parameters, and analyzing of human behavior. Also, its relationship to technology. Its ancestors being Lord of the Flies, Robinson Crusoe, and Gilligan's Island. Punk genres, baby, this shit gets wild. Technology. Bamboo and salvage. The technological development is tied to imminent need and limited by the availability and the skills of those on the island. Ever had someone ask you, what would you take on a deserted island? Yeah, that. And only that. It's like Naked and Afraid if it wasn't reality TV trash. Basically, you take away man's tech, but you can't take away man's knowledge. Usually this is in the form of treehouses. Now, to be fair, pimp as hell treehouses, but still, treehouse. Generally created to protect the squishy humans from the predators that would see them harmed. Made of salvage from what brought them to the island and other natural resources. Palm fronds, wood, vines, whatever bits of stone they get their hands on, and of course, sand. Aesthetic. Best way I could put it is with the visual aid of Jane from the animated Tarzan. Starting off dressed as a fancy lady of the day and eventually just stripped down to the bare necessities. If you're waiting for Baloo to show up, I'm taking a big enough chance with a mouse using Jane clips.
Get off!
Anyway, the same for clothing goes for architecture. Starts out one thing and stripped down to only what we needed. Fitting in with the thematic elements of Islandpunk, what happens when man is stripped of its tech, and the constraints of society. Now, the most common thought process says they go ooga booga, and they devolve back into cavemen. This is dumb, Doc Destiny thought process that ignores that people need little more than someone to cut them off the road to go ape, throwing hands as they yell, "World Star Hip Hop!" And that they, in their essence, are a pack animal, and beautiful, industrious bastards. As you get a lot darker, will you cross lines you were unwilling to before? Of course, that's survival. And those seeking power will always make a play for it. Those that are selfish are selfish. The island doesn't force you to be any more than what you would have been in society, it just brings it a little closer to the surface. Moving us very swiftly, I might add, to the punk genre's rejection. This punk genre is a rejection in that mankind, denied its laser discs and beepers, can no longer function instead of using the hand-me-down knowledge to fortify. Where did Islandpunk start? I have no idea. None at all, and I'm convinced no one else does. It's possible we're dealing with a bit of word soup here, as before it was a cryptocurrency and an NFT game.
I don't want to live on this planet anymore.
It's a shorthand for a Long Island punk music festival called Islandpunk. Some punk heard it and thought it sounded cool, threw in Lord of the Flies Robertson in there, and internet did what the internet done do. Boom! Subgenre. Real life Island punks. Okay, apologies I get this wrong, but for nearly 33 years, Bardu Moradin was content with his life of solitude on a Sardinian island of Budeli, where he lived in a former Second World War radio station. His catamaran engine crippled and anchored adrift, he washed up on the coast of Budeli Island, located on a stretch of water between Sardinia and Costa Rica. Around he learned that the island's caretaker was retiring from his post, so he sold the boat and assumed a new role. He said, "I was quite fed up with a lot of things from our society, consumerism, and the political situation in Italy. I decided to move to a desert island in Polynesia, away from civilization, and wanted to start a new life closer to nature." Now, since then, unfortunately, the island was retaken by the government, and he was forced to move to another island, but he's still living that island life. My recommendations? None. Sorry. Well, this particular subgenre has been discussed, analyzed, forebears noted, and cited. There's not a lot of documented examples of this genre, and the ones I found just weren't my cup of tea. Moana, if you want to get real technical, but I don't know, it just doesn't sound right to me. If you know something that fits this genre, please put it in the comments. I would love to see more examples. Islandpunk pitch. That's right, we're dealing with another punk genre. I feel that the video is running a bit short, so I'm going to pitch to you my Islandpunk story. A Buck Rogers Corpo spreadsheet jockey saves enough money to charter a helicopter and fly around some tropical islands. Do some snorkeling, check in with fishes. A waiter at the Cuban sandwich place he goes to tells him an island farther off the beaten path than he was planning on going to, but warns not to get too close. He gets too close and washes up on the island. The island was once the site of a great battle, remnants of opposing sides left to rot. Rogers figures he triggered an EMP trap. Seeing as the island was wiped off any map, rescue doesn't seem likely but not impossible. He sets up a SOS and makes shelter to wait for rescue on a paradise, minus all the smashed buildings, smashed by some kind of bioweapon. Working out their last orders, they see our tourist as the enemy and attempts to kill him. Rogers, not a techie in his own right, does have enough knowledge to go Predator Alpha on the bioweapons. Building traps and within his fortification, he waits out one last long desperate fight, conquering the island, only to find out that he has been fighting a remnant of Corpo War. With that knowledge, he turns off the SOS. It's time to make a fresh start. Sign out question. Would you do it? Hop on a boat with just what you think you would need and never look back. Lose all the creature comforts, smokes, whiskey, internet, inside toilets. Start again on your own island, a Neo-Eden. I would not. I'm sure if I lived somewhere where I couldn't get fries at 3 in the morning, I'd just drop dead. Not to imagine the caffeine withdrawals. But leave a comment and say if you would go. You would risk it all to be a new pioneer, or just get away from society. Well, this has been What's Up Punks. Till next time, electricity is the wave of the future. Hopefully gas masks are not, but I'd still get some stock in that, and a few just laying around. If they are, we will finally eat the rich with style and panache. But keep on being a no-good, dirty punk. You know it, you love it, here's the spiel, let's do it. Hey, subscribe to be my subscriber. Hit the bell so you know when I've actually posted stuff. Still no idea why those two things are separate now, but whatever. And of course, hit like to appease algorithm gods. All fear and praise. On a list of whatever YouTubes, I am also probably not going to get any ad revenue for these videos, so if you would be so kind, check out that Patreon and the GoFundMe. Links in the description.